Hi guys, Jay here from Notion Family. I just wanted to take you through our home renovations template. So this is a template for projects that you've got going on around the house. It could be full home renovations you're doing room by room. The possibilities are endless. There's about 5 or 6 databases in here that are all interconnected back to projects. So you've got this main dashboard here that lists all your projects here. I'll go through all the different databases and all the things, but you can work off this main page. So you've got a list of your projects, and really easy to add projects. You basically go in. I'll just open up that page. You are going to give your project a name, and you might want to list the room that it's in, and then you might want to filter by rooms later on. You can list urgent or the priority for it, and give it a status as well. Is it a current project? Is it completed already now? And is it on your wish list? Always good to have a wish list going so that you've always got ideas happening. You can also put in a start and end date. This is good if you've got the timeline feature. You can get all your projects and be looking at how long they're going to take, and which project is coming up and things like that. If you don't have that timeline feature, you can just use a calendar. It's just as good. You then have a jobs database where you're just going to be able to chuck on any jobs that are related to this project. You can use this status section here as well, and you're going to end up with a long list of things that you need to do for that project, and that's going to appear on the main page as well, so you can just see all the jobs you've got to do that are happening around the house. But this gives you a look at what's happening for this project. You've got the timeline feature on here, just helpful if you want to be able to see how long the project's going for, or how long it went for, how long it's kind of taking you. There's a little materials and costs database here, which also doubles as a shopping list. So you might be someone who likes to track all your materials. You can put a long list of them here. If you've had to buy them, you can chuck a price in so that you can keep track of that. And if it's something you need to buy, then you can just click the to buy, and it'll appear on the shopping list on the front page. You can also keep receipts in here and use this like a little budgeting little database too, so that you can see how much this whole project cost you and things like that. So you've got a before and after pics as well. We like to keep track of what we're doing and look at our progress, and then we can also brag to people. You have got a tradesman's database that relates to this project, so you can really just track which plumber you used, give them a rating, and write any comments, so that if in a year or two you've got a project that's similar, then you can see, oh, that's right, that's that plumber we used, and it's just really handy, obviously. I chucked a filing cabinet in here too, which you may already have a filing cabinet or a resource cabinet that you sort of use, or something you use like that. You can just relate it to your own, but if you don't have one, then you can just keep this one, which is going to be specific for all your projects and trades and all your renovations around the house. And basically I use this for any ideas. You might come across a website or some information and things, and I just chuck it all in here anytime I have ideas for something, or find a resource and think I'm going to look at that later. And it's really good for on your wish list if you've got something on there that you've got ideas for, you just want to throw them in there, and then later on you can look at them. So that is what you are going to get when you go into a project. You're going to be able to look at all of it there. You can add and take away things as well that aren't going to suit you. If we head back to the main page, you then get a look at everything. So you're going to get a look at all the projects that you've got going on that are current, and then here there is a completed section, all your old projects, you can go back and have a look at them all, and a wish list, the most important thing, the spa and the sauna that you really want. So you can pop that in there, that way you can chuck any resources in there. So as soon as you have an idea, pop it in the filing cabinet for this project, and then it'll be there for later on. Or perhaps you had a friend that used a tradesman, you can chuck it in there and put a note, such and such recommends them. Here is your timeline view, where you can drag and drop things around. Different projects you're going to be working on can be handy, but not everyone has that feature yet, so you can, like I said, just use a calendar. We have all our before and after pics on here. You can just have your after pics so that you get to see everything. but that's up to you. This is how we've set up our dashboard. Then there is just a shopping list section. So it's the materials and costs database, and it's just filtered for anything that's on the to buy list. So once you've bought it, you're going to unclick it, it'll disappear. You can also use this for warranties, to add in a price, and to keep track of your receipts and things like that. You might have a receipts database that you want to add to here as well. Well, we do that, but I don't think it's necessary if you haven't already been using it. So there's also a job section, and this will list all your jobs for all your projects, which can be handy. And then there's another view of the materials and cost database that just gives you a list of all the things that you've used and anything that's got a sort of a price on it and so forth. Then you can just keep track of the things you might have spent this year. Possibly not a good idea. A list of all your tradesmen, and then also just a list of everything that's in your filing cabinet. You can go and look in there at any time. So your databases I just keep down the bottom, and then you can rename these. I just put these here because we also have the same databases, but you can delete this whole Notion family bit, or even the renovation bit if you want to, and that way you just have it named your own things. So it won't make any difference if you rename those databases to something that's more appropriate to you. So that is our home renovations template. I hope that it's helpful and that you can track all your projects. Please send us a message or ask us any questions on email or on socials, and yeah, we'd love to know if you are actually using it. Send us pictures. Cheers, bye.